So let's move on. Our next presenter, we have Alexander Schmitz, CEO of XELA Robotics. Alexander, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hi, my name is Alex. I'm the CEO of XELA Robotics. We provide physical AI with a human touch. So we are a hardware and software company that makes tactile sensing technology in order to provide a human sense of touch. And we started the company in 2018 as a spin-off from Waseda University. We already have more than 170 customers worldwide. Our team currently has about 25 members, and our headquarters is in Tokyo, Japan. So why are we working on tactile sensing? In many countries, including Japan, there's a labor shortage due to a rapidly aging society, and associated with that is a high cost of human labor. To combat this, companies are trying to fully automate their factories, warehouses, and agricultural activities to be more efficient and cost-effective. And eventually our dream is to have collaborative robots that assist humans in their daily activities to make their lives easier and more efficient. However, unfortunately, the reality remains that robots are still clumsy and not yet able to do many tasks. So for example, in the Amazon warehouse, a lot of things are already automated, but taking everyday items from the shelf and putting them tightly in a container for shipping still has to be done by humans, because grasping anything like humans is one of the toughest problems in robotics. And so this robot uses a vision system and then a suction cup, so sometimes it drops the objects. So we believe that there's a missing piece in the design of current robots. Most companies focus on vision and AI, which are very important to locate an object. However, tactile data is required to grasp, hold, and manipulate an object. So we make tactile sensors, we integrate them in robot hands and grippers, and we also make the tactile AI that is used. And so we don't make the robot hands, we don't make the grippers. The customers tell us which hand, which gripper they want to use, and so we are hardware agnostic for that. So each sensing point is very small, and at the same time, each sensing point can measure 3-axis force. So not only pressure, but also the direction of force, like a small joystick, which is important, for example, to measure the weight or hardness of an object. At the same time, the sensors are extremely sensitive. So at our booth, we demonstrate, for example, also that we can grasp paper origami. The sensors are extremely easy to integrate. So for example, in robot hands, we can cover not only the fingertips, but also the other phalanges and the palm. For a lot of industrial applications, grippers are good enough. And so we also provide grippers for various robot hands with exchangeable top layers in a thin form factor. Our software also makes it extremely easy to use the sensors, so including, for example, advanced software features like slip detection. So when the objects are slipping, we can grasp it a little bit harder to avoid it from slipping out of the hand. We are working now together with partners to provide complete solutions, including the control of the robot arm and the gripper and vision systems, and we're also working on tactile simulations, for example. So who needs this kind of solution? So for example, in a factory, small misalignments from vision can lead to damage when inserting a cable into a socket or also charging in an electric vehicle, for example. And humans use the sense of touch to adjust for this. And our technology allows to detect the orientation of the grasp object, to measure the forces during the insertion, and then also to detect misalignments and adjust for them. Another use case would be, for example, in a warehouse. So many different items have to be grasped. You cannot pre-program a robot, and they are in random orientations. Our technology allows to adjust for non-visual parameters like hardness, weight, and slipperiness. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Alex, for your presentation. Let's move on to our Q&A.
Thanks, Alex. Raymond here. We met yesterday. I have a question for you. In your benchmarking,
Yes.
which benchmark are you using for this? And especially your overseas customer, are you dealing directly with the customer per se, or you're working with robotic company?
So we do both. We also partner now with different robot hand and also gripper companies. And so that's one channel that we are using. But we also go to exhibitions like this and then meet big tech companies directly, and we also sell to them directly. The way we benchmark our sensors is our customers test, for example, the reliability, the sensitivity, what they can do with our sensors, and we continuously beat our competitors.
Have you tried using the Google benchmark or the Meta benchmark?
Okay, so we try to use different objects, like there is the YMCB, so we use, I forgot the name of the data set, but we use different data sets. Yes, we have that.
Thank you, Alex, for the presentation. I think we spoke for the first time 4 years ago,
Oh,
and it's really good to see how the company has developed. What do you see right now as your beachhead market or application? You know, where the real traction is happening today? I think the whole humanoid can be a future growth opportunity, but what is the application people are paying for this today?
yes. So I agree that humanoids are very exciting, but in the closer future, it's probably more factory automation. The robots can be a little bit more expensive. It's still a little bit more structured as an environment, which makes it easier to do these kind of things. At the same time, like simple tasks like cable insertion, without tactile sensor, they're very difficult, but we make them possible.
Do you actually have customers implementing this for cable insertion, repetitive factory level process?
So we have customers working on cable insertion. We have another customer, for example, now they ordered 1,500 units just 2 weeks ago. So we start getting now these bigger orders of 1,500 units, for example.
Wow, very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So with this, we would like to conclude the Q&A and feedback session. So Alexander, thank you very much for your presentation. Let's give it up for Alex. Thank you very much.